boys and girls, we're back again with the Compaq, what's it called? Portable 2, that's it. I have been sort of blaming the power pack for the Compaq not working. I'll show you it powered up in a moment what it does. In fact, I'll show you now. I'll try and keep it all in frame if I can. So this is the edge connector that goes to the power pack. To power it up, I do have a diagnostic card here which will pop in. And we'll power it up. So you may or may not, let me adjust the camera a bit. You may or may not be able to hear this bleeping, but it's telling me there's a fault on the 3.3 rail, 5 volt rail, and the -12. See if I can zoom in a little bit. Okay, that's better. So we've got -12 error, 5 volt error, 3.3 error. I'm not sure it actually gave out 3.3 anyway, but does it give out 3.3? Anyway, regardless. So we've got a motherboard error, which is flashing there, which is power supply bad, or I would imagine that's what it means. So I'll turn this off. I've just had a little bit of magic smoke out of this, but that might have been my fault. So we'll disconnect that. That's the multimeter. Shut up, multimeter. Now I'm knocking things on the floor. We do have some interesting little readouts here. So this is set to, quite simply, continuity. I have a pin out of the ISAs. I don't have any schematics at all for the edge connector here. I don't know what they are supposed to be, but I can guess, kind of. So what we're going to look at, I'm going to compare the ISA pinouts, which are standard ISA, to the ground on the board. Oh, shut up, multimeter. Bloody Italian crap bleeping all the time. Shut up. Right. So we've got continuity. Yep, okay. Happy? We'll take an earth tab, which is there, a ground tab rather. The ground tab there, so we've got continuity. Right, so pin, I don't know if that's pin 1, I don't think it's pin, whatever it is. That pin there is ground on the ISA bus. Touch the board, we've got ground. Marvellous. So ground is where it should be, which is fine. Pin 3, 1, 2, 3 should be 5 volt. It's not pin 3, but it's the third one along in the row. So this should be 5 volt. But look what happens when I touch ground. Nothing. So that should be good. So if I come to the edge connector, which you can't see, allow me to move the camera. There you go. Shot of my lovely knee there. So if I keep my finger on pin 3, which according to the ISA pinout is 5 volt. Can you see this? I'll do it this way so you can see. So according to this, it's different every time, which is quite interesting. All these, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 on that row are +5. So where it says number 1 there, in little writing which you can't see, just say number 1 there on the board, That's 5 volts, so we'll bear that in mind. I'll touch ground, it's giving me no reading. All those are ground, so I'll do that again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 of those pins are ground, which I don't believe for a minute. There's no way 7 of those contacts would be ground, or should be ground. So I'm going to test now the -12, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pin along. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we have 1 pin, which is showing me that's the -12, which is more realistic. So let's go to +12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's +12, okay. That's +12. Let's do -12. Okay. -12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is -12. Okay, 1 pin, which is what you'd expect. +12. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is +12. So +12 for some reason seems to be on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 of the pins on the edge connector, which is complete bull. There's no way that should be 12 volt on all those connectors. So why is it doing this? Oh, here's another test. This here, can you see this in video? This here is the Molex connector for the hard drive. What's that for? That powers the LCD screen, the CRT screen. LCD, getting a little bit futuristic there. So I'll just do this first. I'll earth it, ground it. So that's good. Okay. I don't know what voltage that should be for a CRT. So this, I'm on ground here. Where can I get it in picture? Okay, that's ground, ground. So all 3 pins of the 4, 3 of the 4 are grounded out on the Molex connector. So I would imagine that the one that isn't, what is the one that isn't? Is it 5 volt? 1, 2, 3? It is. So that's 5 volt. So 5 volt is the only one that isn't grounded out. So what else is grounded? So 2 of them should be ground anyway, but the 12 volt is ground. So this is pin 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 on the ISA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So what we can see is that 12 volt is going straight to ground on this motherboard, which obviously calls for a coffee. Cheers. So 12 volt is going to ground. At least 12 volt is going to ground. But what I don't know is which should be 12 volt on here. Now I think I could measure it from the power pack, which is here. But the power pack doesn't give me any true voltages in any way. It gives me, well, I don't get, there's no 12 volt coming out of the power pack at all, but yet it supplies 12 volt to the system fan on the Compaq and the 12 volt fan runs. So it's getting 12 volt from the power pack, but it doesn't seem to be sending 12 volt to the edge connector. So is there a fault on the power pack and a fault on the motherboard? I don't really know. What can happen is that these little yellow caps here can short across each other and send the power to ground, so you get a short. But I don't know if that's happening without cutting the caps off or unsoldering them, and there's a lot of them. So what I think I'll do is I'll find, how am I going to do it? I'll have to find which of these chips run on 12 volt, if any of them do, and try and trace the wire back, the trace back to the edge connector. And I'll have to find a clean 12 volt if I can find one. I'm not sure I can, but I'll have a go. So this is an Intel 286. Now I would imagine that the Intel stuff all runs on 5 volt. The ROMs will run on 5, I would imagine. The RAM might have 12. I don't know. I'm puzzled. I don't understand why a 15-pin edge connector would have seemingly 8 or 9 of those pins as ground. I don't believe it. So I'm a little bit puzzled at the moment. I think what's happening is there's a dead short from 12 volt to ground, obviously. And that's screwing up the whole system. But where that short is, I don't know. So I'm going to do a little bit of poking about, and I'll get back to you sometime in the next 25 years when I work it out. See you later.
I'm as restless as a willow in a windstorm. I'm as jumpy as a puppet on a string.